Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Peachy from your WCA Marine Science class, and today I am going to be doing a tutorial for you for the portfolio How Do Penguins Keep Warm. This is Unit 1, Lesson 9 of your second semester Marine Science course. This one I think you guys are going to really like it. It is definitely a hands-on portfolio. Pun intended there, guys. So what you're going to need as far as equipment goes for this portfolio is you're going to need some Ziploc bags or little sandwich bags. If you have bigger hands, probably gallon size or quart size bags. However, you're going to need some sort of, it says solid vegetable shortening, that's like Crisco. Or if you don't have Crisco at home, you can use something else such as like a lotion works well, conditioner works well. You can use margarine or butter. However, I would definitely clear that with your mom first to make sure that you're not going out and swiping a huge tub of butter from home. I have seen students use vegetable oil before, although I don't like it as much because it's a liquid and not a solid. So something like that to act as an insulator for your hand. You're going to need a bucket with some ice in it, ice water, or a large bowl, a mixing bowl probably would work well. Someone to time this for you. You're not going to be in any position to be both the timer and the participator here. And I would also suggest duct tape or, hair ties or a rubber band or something like that. That helps to kind of keep the bags tight around your wrists. So this is how you're going to do this. You're going to have two hands. And you're going to do, I think, 5 trials, for each hand. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be seeing, how that layer of fat, which in this case is Crisco or whatever, and it's going to simulate the layer of blubber that penguins have underneath of their skin, how well that insulates against the cold. And this will help us to understand how penguins can survive in the Antarctic, even though it's very cold in the Antarctic. So, first hand, you'll put it in a plastic bag over your hand, and then you can rubber band that on, or tape it or whatever. And then you're going to take a second plastic bag and fill it full of your Crisco, or other type of insulator. Put it over your hand and again tape it or use a rubber band or hair tie around there to keep it nice and tight, watertight, so you're not going to get water in it. The second hand, you're going to do the double bagging, but you're not going to put any Crisco or any fat in it. And then you're going to submerge both your hands into 2 buckets of cold water. Now make sure that cold water is ice water, and make sure that you have let that water sit for a good 10 minutes before you actually begin to put your hands in there so that it's pretty cold. Have somebody else time you, and basically you're doing a test of stamina here. How long can you keep your hand under the water before it becomes too uncomfortable and you have to take it out, okay? Don't kill yourself here, guys. I don't want anybody walking away with frostbite or anything like that. So once it becomes too uncomfortable, you have to remove it. The person will stop the stopwatch, or obviously there's 2 different things going on. They may just have to read the time off for the first one and then stop it when you hit the time for the second hand. Then you're going to write this information down in 2 separate data tables, one with and one without shortening. And I'm going to do 5 different trials here and average those trials together to come up with an average time. Now remember, an average means you take all of the times, add them together, and divide by the total number of trials, which is in this case 5. You're then going to answer questions 1 and 2. Okay? Finally, you're going to come up with a similar lab that would test a slightly different question. In this case, the question would be, do the insulating properties of fat increase as the amount of fat increases? So if you were to add more Crisco, to each of the bags or different trials, would you see a change in how long you could keep your hand under the water? You're not supposed to actually do this second lab. Just write up a description of it, a hypothesis, talk about what you would do and how you would do it. However, if you want to earn some extra credit, then I would allow you to go ahead and complete the second lab activity, turn in the data and the conclusions for that, which will earn you extra points on the portfolio. Okay, so what you need to turn in to me are the 2 data tables that you took of the insulated and the non-insulated hands, answers to questions 1 and 2, your lab instructions or your proposal for your alternate lab activity, and if you would like, add the data and conclusions to get additional extra credit for your second lab activity. Hopefully this makes sense to you. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to give me a call at extension 2204, or you can send me a webmail message. Have a great day, everybody.